And lean into that sucker. Lean into it, you know what I'm saying? It's a momentum game too, you know what I'm saying? And really, like, get that foot up there and push. Stretch that butt, you know what I'm saying? We go straight into hip thrusts. I know. Hip thrusts. Oh my God, what is he doing? Hip thrusts? Shit, bro. You kidding me? Hip thrusts? I love them. You know what? I love them. So, get something fairly solid and fairly like something that won't hurt your back when you get up. This box looks pretty nice. It's here. Slide down where you find it comfortable. So I go all the way down, and when I go down, I rotate my pelvis anteriorly. So I'm kind of arching my back, going all the way down, and then I'm coming up and basically humping the air. So I'm like flexing my butt cheeks up like that, and then I'm slowly coming down, rotate my pelvis so it gets a good stretch in my butt, and then like that.
Stop.
With your feet on the air, your head on the ground. Try this trick and spin it. Yeah. Your head will collapse if there's nothing in it, and you'll ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind?
The lying hamstring curl. Love this. Semi-pro tip, I guess. You want to adjust the pad where it's sit at the base of your Achilles.
I was swimming in the Caribbean. Animals were hiding behind the rock, except a little fish. But they told me Swift's trying to talk to me, so I went, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? In the water, see you swimming.
Your glutes, your butt, buttocks, peach, yeah, wagon, dumpster, whatever you like to call your butt. If you're coming, you're coming. All the way down and you're stopping here. Ooh, like that. Yes, sir. Wasn't my working set. Whenever I do something that requires some level of balance, I always do a set body weight first. So, you know, I'm good to go when I pick up the weight. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, but if you're someone who has like, you know, not the best balance like me, might be worth a shot.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Those, you do them, and they just like that. Can't do them. Ooh. How to do that shit. Yeah. All right, finisher. Walking lunges, you know. I'm fortunate enough to have like a space to do them in. If you can't do walking lunges, that's kind of a shame because they're pretty cool. But, you know, just do something else, do whatever. I like walking lunges. I can do walking lunges. I'm gonna do walking lunges. They are my finisher. Finisher meaning last exercise of the workout. But it's a posterior chain leg day. Yeah, you're right. But you know, you try hitting hams and glutes without hitting your quads a little bit. And you try hitting quads without hitting your hams and glutes a little bit. You know, I know this is cutting my head off right now, but I'm not gonna lean over because my butt hurts. So, anyway, yeah. However, in the sense of butt hurty, one way to kind of make lunges target your butt a little bit more is just slightly lean forward when you're doing lunges. It'll take some of it off your quads and it'll slap that luscious, good tension right onto your derriere. Is that what they call it sometimes? Derriere? Rear? Yeah. Oh. Whew. I just do these till I can't. So, another thing, since they are the last exercise of my workout, I'm not going to be able to progress in this as much because I'm taxed from progressing in everything else before this. So 45s walking lunges to failure will probably pretty much always stay around 20 reps for me. So, yeah. Oh, I don't like doing these with shoes.
Haven't posted a video. I'm gonna stop messing with these. Haven't posted a video in a little bit. Reason for that is really just didn't want to. Kind of had to figure some things out. You know, got a pretty neat job, full-time job. Really my first full-time job. So, kind of learning how to balance working out and working was like a learning curve for me, as I think it kind of will be for anybody. But since I know, like, I made it through it, I'm still working out, and I'm still working that job, I figured I could, give some advice to those people who would like some advice. If you don't want any advice, then, kindly scroll. Anywho, one thing that kind of threw me off was I started working. For about the first week and a half, I was fine. But then after that, my workouts really kind of just took a dive. Like, the quality of workouts were horrible. I wasn't getting sore anymore. For probably multiple reasons. I guess I'll just start listing those reasons. First reason is I didn't up my calories. Working 40 hours a week, even though my job isn't very physically active, you're still up, moving around. I'm a personal trainer, so I'm like demonstrating workouts for people all day. I never break a sweat, but it's still a lot more calories. Probably like, 200 to 400 more for those 8 hours than what I would burn being at home, playing video games or whatnot. I didn't account for that, so I lost some strength. I got leaner. I was like, oh God, this ain't good, because I'm trying to bulk. So I upped the calories. I caught it pretty quick. I'm good now. I got my strength recovered like 2 or 3 weeks later. I'm fine. But I had to up the calories, like 400 calories, for me to get back to where I was, and then a little bit more. Another thing I started doing about a week ago was taking a nap after work. That might not be for you, but I'm telling you from my experience, like I don't have to get up relatively early. Like, I get up at like 7:15, but I go to work. I have to talk to people pretty much all day. It's a very social job, and that's, for me, it's very mentally draining to have to like talk to people all day long. I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm not like pissed off at the world because I have to talk to people, but I get towards 5 o'clock and I'm like, I'm so mentally drained. I can't even there's no way I can push myself right now. So taking I call it a 30-minute, if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. If I don't, I don't. But I sit down and I try to fall asleep in this lounge area. They have a nice, super comfy couch at work. I try to fall asleep. I don't set a timer. If I sleep 3 hours and I wake up at 8, I'm still gonna lift, I just don't want to be drained for my workout. If that's not an option for you, fine. But I'm telling you, it really made a difference for me, energy-wise. I take my nap, and I've slept 2 hours before. I've never even slept before, but just that 30 minutes of trying to sleep and just kind of shutting my brain off really made a huge difference in terms of how intense I can make my workouts. And if you can't do that, that's fine, but push through it. Take pre. That's one thing I do. I love it. I take pre-workout half an hour before I start lifting. I just go balls to the wall and go crazy. I guess bulking update. I started off at 208. Now I'm 225. I started bulking So I will say this one mistake I made, because this was like my first actual bulk, was I was like, naturally, I'm a fat kid. Like growing up, I was always chubby. I was kind of scared to gain weight. So I cut so I could then bulk, which if you can bulk first, it doesn't really matter. Like I cut first, but whatever. I didn't really reverse out of that the best way. I was cutting and then I just literally, I made 100 calorie jumps. Like I would make 100 calorie jumps till my strength stopped going up, and I make another 100 calorie jump, which, I mean, it worked, but I don't think I would have put on much more fat if I would have just went up 200 or 250 calories until I got to where like my fat threshold is, because everybody's body is different. So let's just say you start bulking, but you're 10% body fat and you're natty. Okay. No one's really gonna put on muscle at 10% body fat. When you start adding more calories and you start gaining more weight, you're going to gain fat and muscle up into a certain point, and then you're gonna gain mostly muscle, because you need a certain amount of fat depending upon you, because that fat level is different for everybody. But you need a certain level to then be able to put on significant amount of muscle mass. Unless you're on gear, because that's when you see people that are like 8% body fat who can bulk and they're still shredded, you know? So yeah, I guess another update I can update you on was, I don't know if I even said this, but I kind of was doing a Mike Menser style of training approach, which is where you're doing like basically 3 days a week, all out intensity. That too was also super sick for like the first month and a half. But after that kind of just died off, and it wasn't fun for me anymore. I'm someone who actually likes working out every day. So I think whatever you prefer doing, there is a way to do it that can also benefit you mentally and physically. For me, 6 days a week is perfect. Like I like working in the gym. Like it's amazing. So I do that. You know, and the reason Mike Menser worked for me, I'd have to say, was probably because I was overtraining before. Like I didn't take any rest days. I was basically doing the same thing every 3 days. So I kind of was overtraining, and then basically having a like somewhat of a deload or like a carb up from just not lifting as much made my strength and size go up. But after that, it kind of just fell off. Like I was like 3 days a week, like I would hit chest and then I would go like 5 days without hitting chest, and my chest would literally like not be sore at all. And I'd be like, what am I doing right now? Like, why am I not hitting chest? And I think a flaw of the Mike Menser, yeah, this is a very nerdy topic. If you don't like this, just forget about it. But the Mike Menser training style, which is like high intensity, like twice or 3 times a week, it relies on you having a fully recovered central nervous system. If your central nervous system is not fully recovered, you're not going to be able to push yourself hard enough to create any significant stimulus, aka muscle growth, or the thing that creates muscle growth, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of flawed, to where if you're someone who has a working job, like works every single day, your central nervous system is never going to be fully recovered. Because, I mean, sitting here talking to you, working, being like just helping people, it drains your central nervous system. Not as much as lifting, but it's still not full. And that's kind of what the Mike Menser training style kind of relies on, is being absolutely 100% fresh and then just taxing yourself beyond failure, which is super, I mean, it's fine. If you are someone who can afford to do nothing like 4 days out of the week and go hard 3 days out of the week, by all means, go for it. But I don't think it's the most relatable thing that people can do. Anyway, I hope I didn't nerd you guys out too much. Really it for the workout. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna post a video like every so often. You know, when I feel like making a video, when I feel like I have something to say or post or share, I'll do it. But you know, YouTube isn't it for me. I tried pushing it really hard and it's just not like satisfying for me. There's things in life that I want to achieve outside of YouTube. And I don't want to be known as like a YouTuber. I think YouTube is cool. I think YouTube is something that, you know, people can do for their entire lives because it's literally just you're filming yourself and you're talking and you just edit it. So you could do it forever. And it's cool in that sense, but it's not like I don't want my peak to be YouTube. I want it to be something that I find personally rewarding. So I'm going to chase that. And, you know, if I produce YouTube videos along the way, super cool. You know, like, I don't think, you know, the most successful YouTubers, their goals are never, I'm going to do YouTube to become famous. Their goal when they start a YouTube channel is to help people or put themselves out there. And if people enjoy watching them or if they can learn something from them, great. Which is kind of where I'm at. I'm just going to post whenever I feel like it. I'm going to try and make it somewhat informative through my eyes anyway. And hopefully someone can look at it, watch it, and think, hey, that's smart. I'm going to try that. See if you like it, you know. I'm not a doctor of sports medicine, even though I kind of want to be. I'm just a personal trainer. So none of this is like, I believe it to be correct. If I didn't believe it to be correct, I wouldn't say it to you. But no, it's just advice. If you want to try it, try it. If you don't, don't. That's where I'm at. Anyway, that's going to be it for the video. Thanks for watching. Yeah, just go lift weights and have fun in the weight room. Yeah, deuces.